are back. Would you know I'm all the way at Virgo and Capricorn compatibility, y'all. This compatibility is everything. Like, I like Virgo moon and Capricorn moon together. They're trine elements, so they have that natural rapport and understanding without it being too, dramatic. It's just a natural flow of things. They both love practical approaches to love and money. They both look for stability, well, especially Capricorn, but Capricorn does see that stability that it can have with Virgo, because Virgo moon is pretty, like, the approach is practical, even though, and I will say this, I will continue to say this, Virgo has an element about itself to where it could be thoughty, not thought. I just made up something, thoughty. Like, it can be in its mind, in its head, and it likes to think, but it likes to think in a practical sense, which Capricorn loves. Capricorn is like, wow, finally a Gemini without it being a Gemini, like a Gemini because it's like with Capricorn and Gemini, Capricorn can be interested in Gemini's intellectual capabilities and Gemini's ideas, but Capricorn feels like Gemini is too out there. It's too back and forth. It's too ideally with and not enough doing. You see what I'm saying? Too much speaking and not enough doing. Virgo can do and speak. Can speak and do. And maybe not even prefer not to even speak unless it's doing something. Unless it can do it. But it's still, a Virgo can take something, some sort of a financial plan or schedule or something like that, and just like run an itinerary and just be like, okay, well, this is first, second, third, like organize some stuff, and then Capricorn is able to work, within. Capricorn is like, okay, give me the guidelines. Give me the guidelines of this relationship. What are we doing? And then Virgo moon can quickly be like, okay, we're in this, we're doing this, and we're committed to each other. Let's make sure that we are having dinner with each other. Let's make sure that the bathrooms are clean. Let's make sure that, whatever it is that it wants to make sure, whatever it is that it wants to do, Capricorn is like, okay, well, fine. Even when there is a dispute or argument or disagreement sometimes about when and how that's done, Capricorn is still, okay, let's get it done. All right. I feel like another reason why that they get along, and this is good compatibility, is because Virgo is not as emotional. It's not emotionally fixed to, experiences. It's like it'll have the way it feels about something and it's likely to say it, and then it's not anything that's hidden unless we have another sun sign or something that is influencing it to be restricted. Like I mentioned in another Virgo compatibility video, moon compatibility video, that you can see this sometimes with Scorpio sun, Virgo moon, where Scorpio sun, depending on how it's feeling, like if its feelings is hurt or it doesn't feel safe, like it needs to retreat a little bit, and then over the next a couple of days or over time, it will then present to you and tell you something that they experienced, how it happened, maybe how they felt. You see what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily in an over emotional way, because by that time, all the intense, heavy emotions was processed. Okay, unless they snap and then they bringing you everything at once, and they got good words, they got good combat words. So Capricorn moon ain't really wordy. Capricorn moon is just like, okay, well, what's my routine? But Capricorn, the thing about Capricorn is not necessarily fixated on how something has to go. It just has to make sense, and you just have to give Capricorn enough time to process what needs to be done, come up with this plan, the game plan, rework stuff, figure things out, and then it's like, okay, let's approach this. Capricorn don't switch just quick. It can, but not when something is too far off course from what it's doing. It takes a long time. it could take a very long time for Capricorn to switch courses if they don't see any relevancy in it, or if they don't have Capricorn deals with stuff that's already kind of formulated. It's like, okay, make this make sense. I can work it for you. I can make this work if you can make this make sense, and then be in it for it to actually see it actually work out. You see that? So, it's not, Capricorn moon ain't sitting up trying to engage people in a lot of conversation. It does seek information. It does learn things. It does communicate, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to like that. Virgo moon likes the communication. Capricorn moon can listen to what Virgo moon is saying. And, I think that where there may be a discrepancy at is if things are miscommunicated or not communicated at all. So you can get a situation to where Virgo moon could feel like they're putting in more energy or more effort than the Capricorn moon. But Capricorn moon, this could be vice versa too. It doesn't matter, either one. But Virgo moon could feel like it's like, okay, well, Capricorn moon ain't doing what I need. Like, you're being stubborn and withdrawn or whatever. And Capricorn moon is just kind of like, okay, yeah, but I heard you, but it's like, what am I supposed to respond with? Like, what do you want me to say? And Virgo moon is like, I want you to do like what it is that I'm asking you to do. It's with Virgo moon, it's not necessarily about acknowledging it per se. It's about doing it too. So acknowledging it ain't nothing to Virgo moon. And which is Capricorn knows this already, because it's kind of the same thing in reverse. But it could seem like if one of them is giving more than the other, and they're working at whatever they're doing, putting in time, especially if Virgo moon is doing this, it's going to feel like Capricorn moon isn't doing this in return. It can feel a certain type of way. It can feel like it's Virgo moon, not it, but Virgo moon person, sorry babes, could feel like it's not being supported. It could feel like, okay, well, Capricorn moon is taking advantage of me, or don't understand, so and it could, if Virgo moon, because these two could tend to stick into a relationship, so if Virgo moon feels like it's not getting its point across, it can clam up. It can go to, not clam up, but like in the hermit retreat and just do its their own thing. And just, what happens with these two over time, if certain imbalances are not checked, and the imbalance is, what are you willing to do? What are you putting in effort-wise? So we have a home together. What are you contributing? Like, are you cleaning up your share of the work? Are you always at work? Like what's going on between us? Like, it could be something to where Virgo moon can stop talking and just kind of withhold stuff to themselves, and then you just have two individuals that's like operating and going through the ropes, because they're going to tend to stick together versus breaking apart, because there is this underlying security there, but it's just, going through the motion at some point versus actually being active and present with each other within a relationship. I feel like there's mutual respect here with each other, because Capricorn don't mind having this alone time and being to itself, and Virgo moon don't mind either. Like, they could be literally spending time together, or like being there together in one area, one room, one space, really doing their own little thing, whatever it is that they're doing, watching TV, whatever. They could be watching TV, be on the tablet, and not even be disturbed emotionally, like, and be sound and be okay, and that makes sense to them versus just like a lot of wild, uninhibited interactions and emotions and spur of the moment stuff, sporadic stuff. That is fine with them. And like, where you have Virgo saying something like, well, I'm hungry, or did you get something to eat? And Capricorn's like, I mean, we can, but what do you want? You want to cook? You want to go to the buffet? What? So I feel like with these two, like, I think that if you could plan, not you, like, let's have every now and then do, because y'all both like homebodies, every now and then do something sporadic. Just one day be sitting there and be like, hey, talk to each other first, and be like, hey, guess what, we don't really do a lot of sporadic stuff, so what about if one day this week you know, one day within the next couple days, whatever, I'm going to sporadically suggest something, and then you got to be okay with doing it, okay? And it's going to, with it being between you two, it's going to be something within reason. I just know it. Then you can also do something to where you plan something. Like, let's say you plan on having a date or going out with each other, or just doing something every month or every summer or something. Let's take a trip. Every winter break, let's take a trip, or let's go somewhere a couple days. Something that you can do and be present, and then make some guidelines around what that looks like, because y'all both will be able, it's something that's expected, and you're not doing like throwing in random stuff, you know. So, and it's enough time to prepare, especially to prepare Capricorn. Like, I feel like Capricorn side of the story here, Capricorn is just like, you know, like Virgo being nitpicky, and Virgo coming at them, you know, talking mess or being critical and stuff. Capricorn is like, listen, you know, like, don't come at me like that. You know how I am. You know how I do things. Like, I don't get, Capricorn's moon is not going to understand level of irritation that the Virgo moon may have, and the Capricorn moon could be very restricted. So when Virgo moon is speaking and conversing with Capricorn moon, and Capricorn moon is kind of like just shut down or feeling restricted in speaking, or not wanting to speak, or being stubborn, they may not respond, and Virgo moon could be like, okay, really? Like, so you're just not gonna say nothing, you know? And they could get on each other's nerves. But overall, they naturally have this, like, man, let's just be here, let's be comfortable, we present like that, and that this could take their compatibility a long way. All right, okay, this has been Virgo moon and Capricorn moon compatibility. I will return.